Hi, I'm BJ Lecrone, an Audubon and Home Ambassador at Lao Wildlife Conservancy, and I'm also a winter sowing native plant enthusiast. So I love gathering seeds and seeing what I can grow the next year. So in this video, I'm just overviewing some of the important information. So first, save your seeds in a dry location. Never put them in baggies. Baggies will retain moisture and make them moldy. So when I'm out gathering seeds in the meadow or in my yard or getting them from friends, we share seeds. I put them in a cool, dry location until I'm ready to winter sow. And then I do have in a video about picking your recycled containers and preparing them with drilling holes and the right type of soil and moisture. And then sowing the seeds, the germination codes. Each seed has its own um, germination requirements. And then labeling and sealing up the containers for the winter sowing season. Then containers should be outside by early January, December even. As I said, each code has its own germination requirement or code. So some require 60 days of being out in the elements and some are 30 and it just depends. So typically I get started in December and by January for sure I'm putting things outside now. Containers shouldn't go under sheltered areas like eaves of the house that keep um, the rain and snow away from it. Just put it outside. Um, I typically put it in a partially sunny area um, because when they start growing, you don't want really, really hot sun on them later on. And then after they're outside all winter, spring arrives, and eventually you'll start seeing some growth. By the time temperatures hit 70 degrees, for sure, you'll start seeing some of the growth and you'll start getting excited. And you should pay attention to if it needs water at that point. When it starts getting warmer outside, you do need to remove the tops off of your quart containers, remove the tape or whatever's enclosing your milk jug, and let the air in. It will start getting too warm for them in those closed containers. Brian, another expert I work with, noted that he had them in containers well into April and May. So the point is to be patient. Wait until you have like two sets of leaves, the first set of true leaves before you plant them out in the wild. That gives them more time to establish their roots. Otherwise, they just struggle and a lot more will die. And then Dave is another expert, and he doesn't really put lids on his containers. He feels that they are hardier if you just don't do the greenhouse effect and just leave them out there. Um, he also doesn't put lids on, but I think he puts some sort of sheltering because that helps keep the critters out. We do the containers, Brian and I and others, because with the greenhouse, because it keeps deer browse out and slugs out and rabbits from eating them and things like that. It protects them more. So it's your choice. You can try either way and see what works for you. This example is showing information from prairiemoon.com and it's New England aster. So it's a really easy plant to grow from seed and it loves a full range of soil types. Um, in this example, I wanted to point out the code C60 that comes from Prairie Moon's suggestion, and the C means cold moist stratification. So, and then also the 60 means 60 days of it. So you can tell from it right that we should get started planting this in our winter sowing containers about now because 60 days goes really quick and we need to get to around March, April to get the 60 days of cold to break the seed barrier so it's ready to germinate and grow come March, April timeframe. One more thing to note is that there's plenty of seeds that have the code C30. So that means you have plenty of time to put the containers outside in February. So thank you for joining me. Watch the other videos, and if you have any questions, you can email info@loudounwildlife.org.